We are seeing what is happening across this country at this moment. We are seeing how capturing of educational institutions are happening by the Sangh Parivar and the RSS. And when RSS and Sangh Parivar is capturing this education institution, we know that Sangh Parivar also knows that they have no role in the history of this country, in history of building this country, or in the democratic process and institution of building this country. Hence, when they have not built anything inside this country in the last 80 years, now when they are in power, the only thing they can do is to capture these institutions which were built from years, which has been democratic from years. What are students inside this institute seeing? Why are the students having to protest for the last 30 days? Why are students even sitting in 2026 having to ask for basic minimum things like disbursal of fellowships, from what I know, basic infrastructure, from what I know, and other things related to education? These are the basic things. Now these are young people standing here. I am also a research scholar in Jawaharlal Nehru University, right? So all of you, when we are asking for educational amenities, are we doing some crime inside this country? Are we doing something wrong inside this country? We want to ask the Vice Chancellor that why are you so threatened? Why are you so threatened for dialogue? That when students are even trying to critically come up in against the policies that you are trying to implement here, or trying to have a dialogue through a different way, you can still have a dialogue with the students to talk and ask them what problems and issues they have. But in place of that, we have such minded RSS, Sangh Parivar minded Vice Chancellor that they can't tolerate dissent. They can't tolerate that students will anyone has an opposing view, and hence they will put, the ultimate thing that they can do is put students under jail. Put students to jail, threaten students. I have come to know that already 4 students have been arrested and several other, more than 80 students have been named in the FIR. Now this shocks us that you are supposed to be, as the Vice Chancellor, the guardian outside the homes that we have in university. That is what the task of the Vice Chancellors are. That is what the task of faculties are. That when we are in universities, to inculcate that space outside our home, that university is that place. But what is the Vice Chancellor doing here? The Vice Chancellor is threatening students. The Vice Chancellor is intimidating students. The Vice Chancellor is putting students in jail. Because of the directions of the Vice Chancellor, the students are languishing in jail. They are going to suffer in jail. And this is the kind of audacity the RSS and the Sangh Parivar has. But when we are here, comrades, we want to send a clear message. Today also I got to know that the administration had an issue with me coming here, telling that outsiders won't be allowed. We saw a similar pattern in Kannur University 2 days before. There also the Vice Chancellor had an issue with a public event that was happening. There also, clearly, I have kept that this is not an RSS Shakha. This is Kerala, this is universities in Kerala, and universities in Kerala have always taught us that debate and dissent and discussion will have the last word in universities. The Vice Chancellor can have an opposing view, but the Vice Chancellor is holding an office of power. The Vice Chancellor is not sitting there at the position of the Vice Chancellor to represent the RSS. She is sitting there to represent the students and the university staff and members. She is there as the Vice Chancellor appointed to look into the well-being of the university, not to work as the pracharak of the RSS here. That we want to tell her. We want to remind her. And we also want to say that you better understand the role of the Vice Chancellor.